How does a guy who looks more like an Uber driver than an MVP dismantle the best athletes on earth?
Just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good!
Nikola Jokic isn't fast, doesn't jump high, and probably finishes games with a full sweat towel. And yet, he's a 3-time MVP, NBA champion, and arguably the smartest player on the floor. So, how did a slow, sweaty second-round pick become the NBA's most unstoppable weapon? Well, let me tell you. Nikola Jokic didn't grow up in some elite basketball academy. He grew up in Sombor, a quiet town in Siberia where the pace of life is slow and basketball dreams aren't exactly the norm. As a kid, he wasn't dunking on anyone. He was drinking liters of Coke, watching horse races, and hanging out with his brothers, who just happened to be way tougher than him. Both of his older brothers played professionally and treated little Nikola like their personal training dummy. But instead of trying to fight back, he did something different. He watched, learned, and thought. He wasn't loud or aggressive. He was quiet, smart, and observant. And while most kids were trying to shoot fadeaways or copy highlight moves, Nikola was already focused on passing. Behind the back passes, no-look feeds, bounce passes off the driveway. He just got it. A kid who looked like he'd never touched a ball before was tossing passes like he was running an NBA offense. There was no personal trainer, no speed drills, no pressure to go D1. He just played, and he understood the game better than anyone realized.
With the 41st pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Nikola Jokic from Sombor, Serbia.
By the time scouts finally started paying attention, Jokic wasn't the kid who could jump out of the gym. He was the one who could see the whole gym, 2 steps ahead of everyone else. By the time Jokic became eligible for the NBA draft, he still didn't look the part. No flashy highlight reels, no viral dunks, just grainy European footage of a big guy who moved like he was underwater, but passed like a point guard. So when the 2014 NBA draft rolled around, no one was expecting fireworks. When Denver selected him with the 41st pick, the broadcast had already cut to a Taco Bell commercial. That's right, one of the greatest players of this generation got picked while the world was watching a burrito ad. There weren't any hype videos. Scouts saw a pudgy big man and threw around the usual red flags. Too slow, too soft, can't defend a pick and roll. When he finally came to Denver, not much changed at first. He showed up out of shape and buried behind Jusuf Nurkic in the rotation. Most fans barely noticed him, but the coaches did. They started seeing something others missed. The way he reads the floor, the weirdly perfect timing on passes, the ability to make the right play every single time.
Falling away, puts it up. Bang! Nikola Jokic!
He wasn't loud, but he was consistent. Eventually, Denver made a choice. They traded away Nurkic and handed the reins to this quiet, awkward, deceptively brilliant Serbian center. No fanfare, no headlines, just a second-round pick quietly becoming the face of a franchise. And no one saw it coming. Once the Nuggets gave Jokic the keys to the offense, everything began to shift. Not just for Denver, but for how the entire league thought about NBA superstars. Jokic wasn't overpowering defenders. He wasn't outrunning or outjumping anyone. He was outthinking them. Operating from the top of the key or the low post, Jokic runs the game like a chess master, while everyone else seems to be playing checkers. Try guarding a guy who looks like he just woke up from a nap, but already knows exactly how you'll defend him. It's not about flash. It's about timing, angles, and pure anticipation. His signature tools are unconventional, but lethal. He casually whips passes over defenders' heads, like a quarterback threading a needle. His fake handoffs freeze opponents in their tracks. Then he spins off for a smooth step-back jumper. His pick-and-roll reads come just a split second later than expected. enough to throw entire defenses off rhythm. And his footwork? Precise and deliberate, like it was choreographed in a European ballet class. There are countless examples. The behind-the-head no-look dime to Jamal Murray on a backdoor cut, the mid-air fake that looks like a shot until he effortlessly drops it into a teammate's hands.
Over the shoulder, yes!
Defenders study the film, learn the tricks, and prepare for every angle. And somehow, they still fall for it. Because Jokic's greatest asset isn't his size or even his touch. It's his brain. He reads the court like a quarterback, manipulates space like a surgeon, and controls the pace like a conductor with a basketball in hand. In a league obsessed with raw athleticism, Jokic is a living reminder that intelligence, real basketball IQ, still wins. By now, it was impossible to ignore Nikola Jokic. His unique style had gone from curiosity to chaos-inducing. He wasn't just holding his own, he was rewriting what domination looked like in the NBA. From 2021 to 2023, Jokic collected 3 MVP trophies, a feat most superstars can only dream of. But even then, critics kept chirping. He's not flashy enough. He doesn't dominate like Giannis. He can't jump like Embiid. For a while, it felt like they were looking for reasons not to believe what was unfolding in front of them. Jokic didn't care. While they talked, he was dropping 30, 20, 10 triple-doubles on the best defenders in the league without ever leaving the ground. The Nuggets had fully embraced his play style. The offense wasn't just adjusted to fit Jokic. It was built around him from the ground up. Not as a traditional bruising center cramped in the paint, but as a point center, something the league had barely seen before at this level. From the high post or the top of the key, Jokic became the system. He wasn't just setting screens or rolling to the rim. He was orchestrating, reading defenders like pages in a book. Guards like Jamal Murray would cut through the lane at just the right moment, knowing Jokic would hit them in stride. Shooters drifted into open space, trusting he'd find them with a no-look dart. Even the bigs knew, get out of the way or become part of the chaos. Every player on the floor became a piece on his chessboard, moving exactly when and where he needed them to. No wasted dribbles, no forced plays, just pure, flowing basketball. This wasn't ISO ball. It wasn't run and gun. It was Jokic ball. Calculated, selfless, and brutally efficient. The offense didn't run through him like a traditional star. It breathed through him. And that made Denver not just dangerous, but nearly impossible to guard. Then came the 2023 playoffs and everything clicked. Jokic steamrolled through Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, swept LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and wrapped it up against Miami in the finals. He led Denver to its first NBA championship and walked away as the finals MVP, averaging numbers that looked made up. And just like that, he was gone. Back to Serbia, back to his horses, like it was just another Tuesday. While others chased the spotlight, Jokic quietly took over the league and left the scoreboard to do the talking. After leading Denver to the championship and proving himself on the biggest stage, you'd think Nikola Jokic would lean into the spotlight, endorsements, big brands, and the full superstar treatment. But Jokic never changed. While other MVPs dropped signature shoes or launched lifestyle brands, Jokic was more concerned about getting back to somber in time for horse races. He called basketball his job, not his life. Showed up to MVP pressers in wrinkled polos, answered media questions like someone who couldn't wait to go home.
That's great. You know, in Serbia it's 14 o'clock, maybe 5, plus 8, 6.
Yeah.
6:30 in the morning.
They pulled an all-nighter for you.
Yes, you know.
His post-game interviews became viral moments, not because he tried, but because of how little he did. His honest, dry humor made him a walking meme, and his highlights, a goldmine for YouTube nerds who love dissecting no-look bounce passes more than thunderous dunks. But don't let the jokes fool you. Underneath the calm, goofy exterior is a relentless competitor. His conditioning has improved every year. He watches films obsessively. He understands every opponent's tendencies, like a coach in sneakers. And he silenced almost every critic, not with trash talk, but with scoreboard results. Even in 2024, when Denver stumbled in the playoffs and fell short of repeating, Jokic remained steady, just consistent, high-level play night after night. He's not loud, and he's definitely not flashy, but he's redefining what greatness looks like on his own terms. One laugh and one ridiculous pass at a time.